Good evening, you guys. I just watched the most incredible sermon from Bishop Jakes. He actually is the pastor at, I forget the name of the church in Dallas, but he did a special Sunday service. He did 3 services today at Elevation Church I think it's in North Carolina, and Stephen Furtick is the lead pastor. I'm not sure if you guys are God people or Jesus people or not, or if you even know about Elevation Church, but if you happen to feel like your soul's needing support, I go watch this sermon. I honestly feel like my life's just been changed, and that's why I'm hopping on here to speak. So I feel like, and have felt like for a long time, there's something in me, there's a message in me, there's something important in me, and I've been hiding away. And I don't know if you felt that way. And on top of that, I've been working in my own life to take better care of myself, to figure out who I am, to deal with emotional burdens and obstacles, and heal old wounds. And I've been constantly in this place of, I really want to create something beautiful, really want to create something powerful. I know it's within me, but how do I get there? And I have such exciting news. It doesn't take any time at all to get to this place. And I'm an example because I'm doing it literally as we speak. I've been hiding away, nervous about posting on social media, afraid that friends and people in my world, what they're gonna think, when of course they don't even really probably give a shit, but nonetheless, of course, we have these fears. I have this message in me, and I want to reiterate what Bishop Jakes was talking about because I think it relates to my entire message here at the Way To Company. That the place that we all want to get in our life, which we're all aiming for something bigger or better, or more peaceful or more joyful, whatever that may be, we're all working towards something more. And I've been trying to figure out what is that secret sauce for the Way To Company. And at first I was certain it was just nutrition based. And I think nutrition plays a really big role in that. However, it's so much more than nutrition. I think nutrition makes it easier to feel peaceful on a daily basis. But at the same time, it's about your internal experience and your relationship to God. Now, if you don't use the term God and you want to talk about the universe, that's fine. I'm going to use them interchangeably because I believe it's really the same thing. It's accessing this inner part of us that just decides to believe that everything is happening the way that it's meant to, and that we're exactly where we need to be. And so what Bishop Jakes was talking about tonight was this idea that when we're scared and when we're uncomfortable or when we're full of fear, like me starting a business, or maybe like you in your own life, when we're uncomfortable, what do? We hold on to the things that we know best, meaning we want to stay in the same place. We don't want to leave. We want to not leave that job or that relationship. We don't want to try that thing that's terrifying, and we want to hold on to what's familiar and what we know. But in life, oftentimes, things come in and things happen and they displace us from that comfort, and we look to God or we look to the universe and we say, what the fuck? I'm not manifesting. I don't have abundance. Or if it's in God speak, he's forsaken me. He's forgotten me. But here's the beautiful message that Bishop Jakes. Oh God, I literally just looked him up for the first time. So forgive me if I get his name wrong. But he's saying that displacement, although we might say it's the devil, or we might say it's bad energy, or whatever you have, that displacement is God. You know why? Because when he's forcing you out of your comfort zone, when he's forcing you to get uncomfortable, when he's challenging you with things in your life, that is his way of reaching you and helping you move and helping you grow and helping you change and helping you get to a place where you may not have gone before. And so there was this theory of being a chain breaker that literally, it just brought me to tears. I was sitting in here in my living room by myself with my hands up praising the Lord, because it's so powerful, this idea that yes, there are certain physical practices in our life. We need to take care of our physical body, as I've talked a lot before, and we need to implement a spiritual practice, whatever that looks like for you. So there are things we have to do on a regular basis, but at the same time, there's this other piece that is so intangible and so liberating. The second you decide to make that decision or do that thing that you can't explain why you want to do it, but it feels good, say no to the things that bring tension and fear inside your body. And the only means of validation of whether or not that decision is right or wrong is the feeling inside of your heart. We're not using our mind to make decisions anymore. We can use our heart and our soul and our faith, and that is what faith is, and that is what is being led by sight and not seeing. So he talks about being a chain breaker, and he talks about his dog that was a big dog, and they would sometimes, when he was little, chain him up down to the post to keep him safe and, you know, from running around. And for years and years, he would run and try to get something, and the chain would bring him back. And of course, this tale tells the story. He sees this one kid running by on a bicycle, and as a dog might do, is just so overwhelmed with wanting that one thing that all of a sudden now, where maybe he didn't know that he could do it before, or maybe the family and he and Bishop didn't know that the dog could do this before, runs out, and he talks about now the dog, what he wanted in front of him was more powerful than what was behind him and in that chain. So, oh my God, it's just so powerful, you guys, because I talked with a girlfriend about this weekend. We paralyze ourselves in fear, and I paralyze myself in fear and have for very long, but I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm slowly realizing that it's a matter of faith. It's a matter of making a decision from a place that feels like you can't, you're blind to the reasoning why. You don't have the validation. You don't have other friends or family doing the same thing that you're doing. But faith means that feeling of peace and joy and ease when stepping into something in your life is what you're following now. And here's the beautiful thing. When we implement that physical practice, and that includes nutrition, that includes praying to God or being in nature or whatever that spiritual side is, but we implement that physical practice, but then we also decide one day, and it could be tonight, to make a decision from a place that feels opening and expansive and enlightening and energizing and joyful. We can make decisions in our life every single day. We make decisions. If we can make them from that place, our life is going to open up. And yes, it will be scary. Yes, you're going to feel like you're free falling. I do right now as I'm recording this, but I've just felt so overwhelmed for so long with that there's something in me and that I'm too fucking scared to let it out. I'll mention another thing that he talks about is this idea of the disease, meaning a physical actual illness or something, but those symptoms or disease in your body or disease emotionally, whatever that may be, is a result of not just something that's going on in your own life. It's a result of your lineage of this same problem or repetition. And he talks about how that's a spirit, so to speak, that's in your family or in your city, and God is working through us to, let's see how I can say this properly, for us now to break not only this pattern and this history of energetic or emotional or circumstantial blocks that are being repeated. Maybe you see families have a long line of mental illness or financial issues or what have you, and there's repetition in that, and yet you feel, maybe you do as I do, that it's up to you, that you feel this incredible power to certainly break that chain, not just for yourself, but for the rest of your family that comes after you. We don't want to carry this down along with us to our children, to our friends, to our partners, to our marriages, to everything that comes after us. So it's our responsibility to focus on how we can clear this. That's not quite the right word, but confront this, I guess, and step into faith to walk with God, or step into faith in the universe, so that we can move beyond it and live the life that we were intended to. And so that's what the beautiful piece is here, that the second you can make that decision to decide out of faith and joy, even though we don't have the library of reasons that support it in this world, we're still going to make a decision from what feels good. I don't know why, but this job doesn't feel right for me. I don't know why, but this relationship doesn't feel right for me. I don't know why I feel like I need to move to this place. I don't know why this food doesn't feel good to me anymore. But starting to tune in to the inside, make decisions from this place, and honestly, you can set yourself free today, tonight. And that's what Bishop Jakes was talking about. And I just felt so overwhelmed to share this with you guys, for the few people that I might reach, because that's what I want to work towards, and that's what I want to demonstrate in my work with the Way To Company, is that the nutrition is a piece of it, the physical and spiritual daily practice that we choose and that we commit to, that is really hard to do and to implement. I want to help you guys with that, but I also want to help you, support you on this other piece where it's just a matter of jumping and being willing to see what it feels like to free fall. So that is my little bitty message for the night. Again, I want to touch back on something. I've talked a lot about this 28-day anxiety guide that's completely free, and I've been mulling over how I'm going to build this out. I've got exciting news, and this is a big jump for me because of course I'm so much more comfortable hiding away, but I'm going to create a program, an interactive program with me on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, where we work through that anxiety program, those 28 days together in person. And that will be an offering I will charge for that, because this is going to be a huge deal for me to do. And I want to talk more about it, but I want to interact with you guys, and I want to create a discussion with you guys. So if you see this, please talk to me. If this resonated, please talk to me. And as I promised, I'm going to post a video that goes into a little bit more depth about what this program is. It's going to be mainly on Facebook and Instagram. All the content will be shared. It will be daily content walking us through those 28 steps, or those 28 days that I've already created that are already available to you to deal with anxiety. And really, anxiety for me, I'll just say, is kind of the umbrella, that term that I think is most accessible to people these days, because we feel anxious, and that's kind of a lack of peace, so to speak. And that anxiety, I feel like I know that I have the roadmap to help you support. So I wanted to build upon that 28-day offering that I have free and available to download, and I want to do it in person. And I'm going to launch it on March 1st. And content will be coming out daily. And if you're interested in this, please reach out and I will give you more information. I will flood you with information. You'll feel so supported and so excited. And I can tell you right now, together, I have this message to share with you, and I want to do it together. I want to do it with you, because the beautiful thing I just realized in this sermon is you don't have to wait. It does take a daily practice, but the second you decide you want to make decisions based on energy, based on feel, based on faith, you can be there and you can start expanding and feeling lighter. So I hope this message meant something to you. Please share it if it did, and please reach out to me if you have any thoughts, and more from me tomorrow when I get up Monday morning. Bye, guys.